Hey y'all, welcome back to another Biscuit Imports vlog. My name is Ammie Williams, and today we're going to be talking about end of the year reviews, goal setting, and setting yourself and your business up for success in 2022. First, let's talk about goal setting. So it's very easy and fun to make New Year's resolutions, but very hard to keep them. So instead of making these big, life-changing, sweeping plans about how you're going to be the best possible version of yourself in the new year, I instead like to go a little bit smaller and give myself goals that, when broken down, are so much easier to complete because I can give myself actionable steps. So instead of saying, okay, in 2022, I want to make $100,000 and leaving it at that, I can say, okay, well, with that $100,000 in mind, I want to have one shop update a month where I am making at least $8,500 per update so that I can reach that goal. Once I have that kind of broken down step in mind, I can work backwards to say, okay, I need to make this item and I need it to be at this price point in order to reach my goals. So this type of thinking works really well for personal goals too, which I think are super important. If you are not showing up as your best self, it's really hard to make your business the best version of itself. So what I like to do for personal goals is set, a goal in mind and then work backwards to figure out how to get there. So for me, my schedule is all over the place. I'm juggling a lot of things at once. And when I get overwhelmed, I tend to shut down. So I know that I need to make, my days as set up for success as I possibly can. And for me, that looks like having a really consistent morning routine. And I would love in my morning routine to wake up, before I need to be anywhere, not last possible second wake up early, read and journal over coffee while I plan my day afterwards. And so I know that I need to take that main goal in mind of this, like waking up, having a really nice, gentle morning, ease into my day. I need to work backwards to figure out how to get there. So that looks like, getting to bed at a certain time, having a book that I'm excited about reading, having my journal and my pen over by my favorite chair in the living room, and even having a breakfast that I'm excited about. Because if I don't have those things, those tiny little steps to make up the whole bigger goal, then I'm more likely to stay in bed. It's just like, if I say I'm going to go to the gym at 8:15 in the morning and I don't set my clothes out the night before, that's one more obstacle that I have to mentally overcome to get to where I need to be. So if you can take your bigger goal, break them down into actionable steps, it is so much easier to reach that goal because you have a game plan. And when you have a game plan and you're prepared, that gives you confidence and you can move on and reach those goals with ease. When it comes to goal setting, I'm really trying to be really gentle with myself. And I am not trying to say I'm going to do 10 professional goals and 10 personal goals, because that is extremely overwhelming. I highly suggest 2 to 3 goals, for your business and professional life, and then kind of easing into it that way. That way you're not feeling super overwhelmed and you are more likely to get it done. Another thing that I really like doing at the end of the year, or realistically at the beginning of the new year, is sitting down and assessing what my year in business looked like and helping myself plan for the new year. This was a game changer for me last year. I took myself on a retreat. I rented an Airbnb in town and, took the days off of my calendar and went in by myself and fully planned out my year, assessed the year previous, wrote down goals and actionable steps to get to each goal. And that was so huge for me because when I, in moments of this year when I was feeling really unconfident or really unsure or really frazzled, I was able to go back to those notes from the retreat, and it would give me the confidence that I'd need to make a decision, or remind me that I had already planned that thing that I was worried about, or, I had already figured out the logistics of something. It was so, so helpful moving forward this year, especially when you don't have a huge team or a lot of the responsibilities fall to you. It is a favor that you can do for yourself that will pay for itself, each and every month. At the retreat, not only was I able to plan for the new year and cross some items off of my I'll do that later list, I was able to sit down and assess everything and take a good look at my business. And before I left, I asked a lot of small business friends, what are the questions that you ask yourself at the end of the year. And I got a huge response, a lot of great questions. And I took those with me, whittled them down, and I came up with these 7 questions that were kind of repeated the most and seemed the most helpful. I'm going to go down the list and ask you these questions. So feel free to pause the video and write down the answer as I get to them. Number 1, what does my ideal life look like this year? And what can I do to get there? Number 2, what boundaries make the most sense for me and my business? Number 3, what 3 things did you do well this year? Number 4, what 3 things need improvement? Number 5, what were 2 great moments from this year? Number 6, where did you spend money but not make money? And number 7, what can you cut from your expenses? And just like in the goal setting, if you come up with a to-do list from these questions, just make sure that you're further breaking down that to-do list into a lot smaller steps that can be delegated if possible. So that way you don't feel overwhelmed and you don't just abandon everything altogether. And lastly, I want to remind you that you are not alone in this business. Even if you are a company of 1, 2, 20, you are not alone. Suppliers give incredible resources that are really helpful that we often forget about. So I just wanted to take a second to highlight those. For instance, Bisque Imports offers firing guides, ebooks, projects, safety guides, vlogs and blogs on a variety of topics. And I know you like those because you're watching this one. And don't forget that customer service teams are here for you. So if you have a question, it is so easy to just hop on the phone and give them a call and say, this is happening, what can you do for me? And even if the answer is, let me call you back, they will always call you back. So I definitely urge you to utilize the resources on the website and also customer service. And don't forget, if you're a CCSA member, CCSA offers incredible guides, incredible trainings, and contacts that will give you all of the information that you could possibly need to help you successfully run your business. Because at the end of the day, the suppliers and CCSA and all of the wholesalers, they want what's best for you, because if you thrive, we thrive. Thank you for an amazing year of creativity and friendship. I look forward to seeing what 2022 brings all of us. I'd love to hear about what goals you're setting for yourself professionally and personally, or if you'd like to share any of the answers to the questions, we'd always love to hear that and see if we can help you along in any way. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you soon. Happy New Year.